These are the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA. I feel like the shooting guard position has become the weakest position, and making this list has been super tough. A lot of these players are very close to each other, and in terms of rankings, we're really splitting hairs when it comes to picking who's better. With all that being said,
At number 10, we had Tyrese Maxey. I feel like he's somebody that goes on the radar a lot because of all the drama that's constantly surrounding the Sixers team. Last season, he averaged an efficient 20 points per game, and he was yet another example of him getting better every single season.
I've actually never been too much of a fan of Tyrese and consider him overrated. But he's one of the fastest players in the league and amazing in transition. Right now, we see him as a glorified role player, but that might change if Harden does end up getting traded. His role is going to increase a lot, and he might even start getting into All-Star conversations.
At number 9, we have Tyler Hero. I have no idea how Tyler Hero survived another offseason filled with trade rumors. We're all sure that he was going to end up in Portland or the Spurs, but definitely not the Heat. But here he is, another season with the Heat, and I believe that he's about to have the best season of his career. We heard him talking midday, and he sounded unfazed. He sounded motivated to come out and prove to everybody how good he really is. A lot of people have been critical of him, especially after he made it to the finals without him, but I think a lot of it is unfair.
He's an incredible player, has won 6 Man of the Year, and is only 23 years old.
At number 8, we have Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane is one of those players getting close to the All-Star level, and I think this season, with Ja Morant being out the first 25 games, he's going to have a bigger opportunity, and we're going to see what he's really about.
Bane has shot 40% from 3 his first 3 seasons in the NBA. He's also a great defender and can get hot at any instant. So I can definitely see him improving next season, as he's done every year of his career, especially as a playmaker.
At the 7th spot is the 3rd member of the Suns' new Big Three, Bradley Beal. We weren't sure if we should put him on this list or the point guard list because we know he's going to play point guard for the Suns next season. But even then, I still believe he's going to play like a shooting guard.
Beal hasn't gotten close to his 30-point per game average in the past 2 seasons, but he has still averaged a very solid 23 points per game in this past season and shot over 50%, which was the first time in his career. His fit will be crucial on the team next year, so we're excited to see what he does.
Number 6 on our list is Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is somebody that I believe does not get the appreciation that he deserves. He has been great ever since he entered the NBA. His playoff debut consisted of him beating Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony while playing better than all of them. And even though he hasn't had the most playoff success ever since, he has had multiple historic playoff performances, such as his games against the Nuggets in the 2020 bubble.
This past season was the best statistical of his career, as he averaged 28 points per game and led the Cavs back into the playoffs. The man has his flaws. He can be very inconsistent and inefficient, and that's why he's not higher on the list, but he deserves his respect.
We begin our top 5 with Paul George. Paul George is one of the most complex careers in NBA history, and his time with the Clippers has been very disappointing. It really sucks because the talent of those teams in the past few years has been incredible, but injuries have completely derailed them.
Regardless of all of that, when he's healthy, Paul George is still one of the best two-way players in the NBA and can have 30 on any given night. He has been saying on his podcast that he's going to be bullying everyone next season, and I hope he does, because we all want to see a dominant PG-13 again.
At the 4th spot, we got Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has been the subject of clowning this whole offseason, whether it is that he doesn't have a left hand or people making fun of him for the big contract that he got, saying that he doesn't deserve it. Some of it has been warranted, but a lot of it has just been unfair. Jaylen Brown is still one of the best two-way players in the NBA, and people forget that he was dealing with a hand injury these playoffs.
Jaylen Brown is an amazing player. He averaged almost 27 points per game last year, and although he's an overrated defender, he's still solid. People already forgot that he was the best player for Boston in the 2022 finals. But at the end of the day, Tatum and him are never going to stop getting doubted until they win a championship, and there's no reason to believe that they won't next year.
At number 3, we have one of the best point guards of the 2010s, Kyrie Irving. I hate that people keep saying that he has done nothing ever since he left the Cavs, because winning-wise, I get it, he hasn't gotten past the second round, but individually, he has had the best years of his career. He has averaged 25 plus in the past 4 seasons on good efficiency, and of course, has had a million highlights along the way.
He's super low-key at a 50, 40, 90 season just 2 years ago. People hate on Kyrie because of all the off-court stuff, and I get it. But on the court, he has never stopped producing. And hopefully, he and the Mavs can figure it out next season because I want to see Kyrie back in the playoffs.
And the number 2 spot, we have somebody that's entering the superstar conversation, Gilgeous-Alex. We have always been fans of Shai, but we did not expect him to become as good as he has. This past season, he averaged 31.5 points per game and almost led Thunder back into the playoffs. He's one of the most satisfying players to watch because of how smooth he plays out there on the court. He has the swagger, the confidence, and most importantly, a team around him that's only going to get better.
I do believe that some people are slightly overrating him. I've seen someone say he's even better than LeBron James, and to me that's crazy. Mainly because we have never seen the all-star version of him in the playoffs yet. The way we talk about players is so weird sometimes, and the narrative always keeps changing. People have been hating a lot on Luka, but this is a guy that has made it to the conference finals and has had deep and incredible playoff runs multiple times in his career. But then I see all the praise that Shai gets, and it's really mind-blowing. This is not to take anything away from him. I just want things to be consistent.
Taking the number 1 spot is obviously Devin Booker, Jason's favorite player. In terms of shot making, few are better than this guy. He was playing at an insane level and was the main reason the Suns were the only team that took 2 games from the Nuggets in the playoffs.
Booker was getting buckets before having a good team and has played even better after getting pieces around him. There's honestly not many holes in his game. He's heading into his 2nd season with KD by his side, and now Bradley Beal too. The team isn't perfect, but you will be dumb to dismiss them.
So that's going to do it. This is our top 10 shooting guard list heading into next season. We wanted to really include our guy Austin Reeves, but sadly, he just barely missed the cut.
Let us know you guys' list in the comments down below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe. Thank you and peace out.
Peace out.